There comes a moment in every person's life when they must decide whether they will continue to accept words that slowly break their spirit, or finally choose the peace that comes from walking away. Many people believe that love is measured by promises, gifts, or time spent together, but the truth is much simpler. Love is revealed through respect, honesty, and consistent actions. Words matter because they show the condition of the mind behind them. A person may smile while speaking, but their words can quietly plant fear, doubt, and confusion inside your heart. If someone repeatedly speaks in ways that make you question your worth, you should not ignore those moments. Listen carefully, because the truth often arrives through simple sentences repeated again and again. The first thing you should never overlook is when a man says, "You are nothing without me." These words are not love. They are an attempt to make you believe that your strength belongs to someone else. Before you met anyone, you already had value. You had dreams, abilities, and the power to grow. A healthy relationship encourages independence while creating connection. It does not demand that one person becomes the entire world of another. The moment someone tries to convince you that your identity depends on them, they are asking you to abandon yourself. Never trade your confidence for temporary comfort. A person who truly loves you wants to see you become stronger, wiser, and more capable every day. They celebrate your growth instead of fearing it. Remember that the strongest tree stands because of its own roots, not because another tree holds it upright. Your life should never be built on someone else's approval. The second sentence that deserves your attention is, "If you loved me, you would do whatever I ask." This statement disguises control as affection. Real love never forces, pressures, or manipulates. It respects freedom, because genuine care understands that every person has boundaries. When love becomes a test that must constantly be passed, it stops being love and becomes a game of control. A wise person understands that saying no does not destroy a healthy relationship. Instead, it reveals whether respect truly exists. Someone who values you will listen to your concerns instead of punishing you for expressing them. Your voice matters. Your choices matter. Your feelings matter. Never believe that sacrificing your principles is the price of being loved. True love does not require you to lose yourself. It helps you become more fully yourself. The third sentence is one that many people hear but few recognize in time. It sounds like this: "You are too sensitive." Sometimes people say these words after speaking harshly or behaving carelessly. Instead of accepting responsibility, they shift the focus toward your reaction. Slowly, you begin to wonder if your feelings are wrong. You stop trusting your own heart. You apologize for emotions that deserve understanding. This is dangerous because once you lose trust in your own judgment, someone else begins making your reality for you. Wisdom begins with listening honestly to yourself. Your emotions are signals, not enemies. They deserve reflection, not dismissal. A mature person may disagree with your feelings, but they will never mock them. They will ask questions, seek understanding, and work together toward peace. Respect grows where listening exists. The fourth sentence is, "I will never change." Many people mistake this for honesty, but often it is a warning. Every human being has flaws, yet every human being also has the ability to grow. Growth requires humility. It requires the courage to admit mistakes and the discipline to become better. When someone proudly announces that they have no intention of changing harmful behavior, believe them. Hope is valuable, but blind hope becomes a prison. You cannot build a peaceful future by ignoring repeated patterns. Every day offers an opportunity for learning. Every challenge offers a lesson. Those who refuse to learn eventually repeat the same mistakes until they become habits. Never stay because you expect another person to become someone they refuse to be. Accept people for who they consistently show themselves to be, not for who you imagine they could become. The fifth sentence may appear harmless at first, but it quietly destroys trust. It is, "Everyone else is the problem." Notice the pattern. Every disagreement is someone else's fault. Every failure belongs to another person. Every disappointment has a different target. Accountability never appears. A person who cannot examine themselves cannot truly grow. Wisdom begins when we look inward before pointing outward. Every person makes mistakes. The difference lies in whether they learn from them. Humility is not weakness. It is strength because it opens the door to transformation. A relationship without accountability becomes exhausting because one person carries all the responsibility while the other avoids every lesson. Peace cannot survive where responsibility is absent. Beyond these 5 sentences lies an even greater lesson. Your life is shaped by what you repeatedly accept. Every time you ignore disrespect, you teach others how to treat you. Every time you remain silent against manipulation, you slowly silence your own inner voice. Boundaries are not walls built from anger. They are doors protected by wisdom. They allow kindness to enter while preventing harm from staying. Some people fear walking away because they believe loneliness is worse than disappointment. Yet loneliness often becomes the place where healing begins. It is in quiet moments that you remember who you were before fear entered your heart. Solitude can restore confidence that constant confusion slowly steals away. Never confuse temporary sadness with permanent loss. Sometimes letting go of the wrong person creates space for the right future. Strength is rarely loud. It often appears as a calm decision made without anger. It is choosing peace over endless arguments. It is choosing dignity over constant approval. It is choosing self-respect over empty promises. Every sunrise reminds us that life continues regardless of yesterday's pain. You are allowed to begin again. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to say no without guilt. There will always be people who misunderstand your boundaries because they benefited from your lack of them. Do not let their disappointment become your burden. Instead, continue walking with quiet confidence. The path of wisdom is not about proving your value to others. It is about recognizing the value that has always existed within you. The opinions of others may change with time, but your character remains your greatest companion. Invest in it every day. Practice patience, honesty, discipline, and compassion. Build a life so strong that fear no longer decides your direction. Remember that respect cannot be begged for, trust cannot be forced, and love cannot exist where dignity is repeatedly sacrificed. Listen carefully to words, but pay even closer attention to patterns. One sentence may be spoken in frustration, but repeated sentences reveal lasting beliefs. Protect your heart without hardening it. Remain kind without becoming easy to control. Remain compassionate without abandoning wisdom. The greatest victory is not changing another person. The greatest victory is refusing to lose yourself while trying to save someone who does not wish to change. Walk away not because you hate them, but because you finally choose to honor yourself. That decision is not selfish. It is the beginning of freedom, the foundation of peace, and the first step toward a life where respect, trust, and genuine love are no longer rare gifts but natural parts of every relationship you choose to keep. If these words have reached your heart, do not allow them to become another message that disappears with tomorrow. Wisdom has no power until it becomes action. Many people spend years collecting advice, reading books, watching inspiring videos, and listening to powerful speeches. Yet their lives remain the same because knowledge without practice changes nothing. Every sunrise offers a new chance to choose differently, to speak differently, to think differently, and to protect the peace that belongs to you. You cannot rewrite yesterday, but you can decide that yesterday will no longer control tomorrow. The greatest transformation does not happen in one dramatic moment. It happens through small decisions repeated every single day. One honest conversation, one healthy boundary, one act of courage, one moment of self-respect. One choice to remain calm instead of reacting with anger. These are the quiet victories that slowly build an unshakable life. Never underestimate the power of small changes, because mountains are climbed one step at a time, rivers shape stone one drop at a time, and character is built through countless ordinary moments that most people never notice. Do not wait for the perfect time to become the person you wish to be, because perfection never arrives. Growth begins the moment you accept responsibility for your own path. Many people spend their energy wishing others would change, But peace begins when you stop trying to control what is outside your reach. You cannot force another person to respect you, to understand you, or to love you in the way you deserve. You can only choose how you respond, what you accept, and where you invest your time and energy. That choice belongs to you, and no one can take it away unless you willingly surrender it. Every difficult experience carries a lesson, even if that lesson arrives through disappointment. The people who hurt you may never apologize. They may never admit what they did. They may never recognize the pain they caused. Do not allow their silence to become your prison. Healing does not begin when another person finally understands your suffering. Healing begins when you decide that your future is more important than your past. Forgiveness is not pretending that nothing happened. It is refusing to carry a weight that was never meant to remain on your shoulders forever. There is great strength in releasing anger, not because the other person deserves peace, but because you deserve freedom. Every day you carry unnecessary resentment. You give yesterday another chance to steal today's happiness. Choose wisely where your attention goes, because your attention becomes your life. Whatever you feed with your time becomes stronger. If you feed fear, fear grows. If you feed gratitude, gratitude grows. If you feed discipline, discipline grows. If you feed hope, hope grows. Your mind is like a garden that cannot remain empty. If you do not plant wisdom, distractions will grow without permission. Protect your thoughts because every action begins as an idea. Speak to yourself with the same kindness you would offer someone you truly care about. Many people become their own harshest critic, repeating words inside their mind that they would never say to another human being. Replace those words with honesty, patience, and encouragement. Confidence is not believing that life will always be easy. Confidence is believing that whatever happens, you will find a way to continue moving forward. The strongest people are not those who never fall. They are the ones who refuse to remain on the ground after every fall. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is often the teacher that success quietly hides behind. Every challenge develops a part of you that comfort never could. Welcome the lessons that life brings, even when they arrive in difficult forms. Pain often introduces wisdom that pleasure never teaches. Yet never allow pain to become your identity. You are more than your disappointments. You are more than your mistakes. You are more than the opinions of people who never truly understood your journey. Stand with quiet confidence, knowing that your value does not rise or fall according to someone else's approval. There will always be voices telling you that you are not enough, that your dreams are too large, that your efforts are meaningless, or that your time has already passed. Listen instead to the quiet voice within that reminds you to keep going, to remain patient, and to trust the process of steady growth. Life is not a race against other people. It is a journey toward becoming a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. Compare yourself only with the person you used to be. Celebrate progress even when it feels small, because every step forward matters. The world often celebrates quick results, but nature teaches a different lesson. The tallest trees grow slowly. The deepest rivers flow patiently. The brightest stars continue shining without asking for attention. Learn from nature. Build your character in silence. Let your actions speak louder than your promises. A peaceful mind has no need to prove its worth to everyone it meets. It simply continues doing what is right even when nobody is watching. Integrity is revealed in private moments far more than public ones. Become the kind of person whose values remain unchanged regardless of who is present. Choose honesty when deception appears easier. Choose patience when anger feels tempting. Choose compassion without becoming weak. Choose courage without becoming proud. Choose discipline even when motivation disappears, because discipline remains long after emotions have changed. Remember that happiness is not something waiting for you at the end of a perfect future. It is created through the quality of the choices you make today. Appreciate the people who bring peace into your life. Express gratitude before opportunities disappear. Spend less time proving yourself and more time improving yourself. The person who constantly seeks approval becomes a prisoner of other people's opinions, But the person who seeks wisdom discovers a freedom that no one can take away. As this message comes to an end, understand that the real conclusion does not happen here. The true ending will be written by the choices you make after these words are gone. Close this chapter not with emotion alone, but with commitment. Promise yourself that you will no longer ignore disrespect, abandon your values, or remain where your spirit is slowly being weakened. Promise yourself that you will protect your peace with courage, speak with honesty, act with kindness, and walk with confidence even when the road becomes difficult. Life is too precious to spend it chasing acceptance from those who cannot appreciate your worth. The future belongs to those who remain faithful to their principles while continuing to grow with humility. Walk forward without bitterness, without fear, and without regret. Carry the lessons, release the pain, protect your heart, strengthen your mind, and never forget that the greatest relationship you will ever build is the one you have with yourself. When that relationship is built on respect, discipline, gratitude, and truth, no storm can permanently shake your foundation. May you continue your journey with wisdom in your mind, courage in your heart, peace in your spirit, and purpose in every step you take. Thank you for spending these moments reflecting on your life. And may every decision you make from this day onward bring you closer to the person you were always capable of becoming.